Basically, a learning disability is when a child is struggling with an area, or even an adult is struggling with an area that tends to be considered more academic. So reading, math, spelling, and it is disproportionate to their intelligence and their efforts.
It's hard because you can't do things that normal people can do super easily, and it takes you twice as long to do something as tie your shoes or read a book.
A lot of the times it messes with reading, and it makes it harder to understand the letters or to put them in the right order.
So dyslexia was kind of hard for me at first. It was like when I found out, I started crying because I really wanted to read and it felt like so bad.
It was tough because I couldn't find any of the books in the library by their names or anything since I couldn't read them.
So Veronica was diagnosed with dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia, and ADHD. At her old school, she worked so hard and everything came really slowly. Her self-esteem was really, really, really suffering. She would come home and say that she felt like she was stupid.
Oh my gosh. In the beginning, when students first come here, they're so much more kind of in their shell and pulled back. Well, that blossoms into laughing and engaging and being the first one wanting to offer ideas and being excited if they know it, or even if they don't know it, but they're trying to learn more.
It felt like I was really smart and that I really went ahead and above and beyond, and that I wasn't below anyone, and that I was actually using my brain.
I really like how I'm able to learn in a different way, so it's easier for me.
We had been tutoring at the school that where she was before, and it wasn't effective, and they recommended that we check out Horizon Academy. So she started to come here twice a week for after school tutoring, and the joy, first of all, that she experienced coming into the environment where she was just treated as this like bright, beautiful human being. I think it started to click that, oh, they understand me here.
I looked up Horizon, and that summer I came and took that course with Karen Leopold. Blew my mind. And so I was just like, oh, these are the things, this all makes sense. So I applied, and I think it was 8 or 9 business days before school started that I got the approval letter, and I was like, we're not homeschooling this year, honey. We're going to Horizon. Let's go buy uniforms. So, I mean, it was awesome. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a scholarship.
At Horizon, we try to use the logic of why things are. So with math, we use a lot of multisensory. So they're engaging, they're interacting. In reading, we're explaining the patterns with certain skills once we introduce the skills and talk about why things are done, helping them understand with language, for instance, the history behind the language. But we teach it a little bit at a time toward mastery before introducing a new concept.
I've improved a lot in reading and math and writing, and I moved up in those classes.
This school, it helps me more. It's more easier to learn. It's more fun to learn. It's more like active to learn.
I really like Makerspace because once every year we do a section on 3D printing, and I really like designing. Last year I made for a Christmas present for my whole family, and made them keychains that have their name on them.
We try to do, in addition to multisensory, incorporate game playing as much as possible so that the lessons aren't feeling like strict academics all the time, but there's engaging activities that they're doing, that they're learning from, that feel also somewhat game-like as well. As teachers, we know to read the classroom, and if the students are just kind of crashing or feeling exhausted or feeling like they're hitting a wall, it's time for a brain break.
They give me lots of breaks because it's maybe too hard for me to have a lot of information all at once, and sometimes I'll just be able to draw or play with something near me, so it'll be easier for me to understand what I'm learning once I get back to learning.
It's fun because you have other people that are just like you, and you know that you're going to be alright and you're going to do it, and you have the best opportunity to learn.
Veronica comes home from school singing, skipping. She's got ideas. Life is her oyster right now. And that, as a lifelong learner, is what I want for her. I want her to have a joy of learning, and thanks to the school, that's come back for her.